Welcome to yet another video. As the title suggests, we are talking about a new tool today, and I'm genuinely so excited about this one. Now, I will not lie and say that I've used this tool since 2020 because that would be lying, Do I know about it? Yes. Did I check it out? Yes. Have I used it a lot? Have I used it properly enough? No, not really. So I just started using this tool recently for my own studying, like my own automation stuff and all that. But, as I was using the tool, I was like, ooh, this is worth sharing, yeah? Like I said, we're here to learn together. And as we learn, we have fun. You get it? So one quick thing before we move on to like the important matters is that you might notice that in some places they call it NotebookLM, while other people call it Gemini Notebook. And that might cause a little bit of confusion, but do not worry because it is the same tool. So Google just rebranded it. You upload your document, you upload your notes, and this application talks to you. This AI tool talks to you about that specific content. So it does not give you generic AI answers. It uses your own stuff and works from there. So listen, this one is different. This one I'm putting you on. And if I continue talking, we might not be able to actually see what the tool does. So, like they usually say in this cartoon, to the salon. I actually do need to go to the salon. But today, for this case, we're not going to the salon, we're going to the lab. Welcome to the lab. This is Nicole, Whitney, and the tool we are going to be talking about today is NotebookLM, previously known as NotebookLM, now known as Gemini Notebook. So, different name, same tool, does the same work, and it still works. So, guys, this is NotebookLM. I'm using that name because I'm used to that, but Gemini Notebook. If you go to search for NotebookLM, it will bring you to this place. If you search Gemini Notebook, it will bring you to the same place. So don't be alarmed. It is the same place. So basically, you will have to also open like a Gmail account, sign in with your Gmail account. This applies to many of the tools out there. And basically, we are just going to dive straight into it. So let's get straight into it. So you can create new here or new notebook so that we can be taken to our workspace. Let us create new. When you press create new, it will bring you to this workspace. So basically, this is where the magic happens. A pop-up. This pop-up is for uploads. You can upload your files here. You can upload the files. You can use website links. You can upload from your Google Drive or basically just upload text or copy text or paste text here, and you can search from the web. So basically, this pop-up is for upload. You can just go straight into it, but I want to show you how it looks like basically. So here you have your untitled notebook. This is your workspace. We have the chat area. We have the sources part where you can basically add the sources. You have all this here. When you add sources, it brings you back to the upload place where you can add a source, which is your upload basically. And then we have this. They say that your sources will appear there, and then you have the studio part. Now this is where everything turns into magic. Basically, you can turn your source into an audio, you can turn your upload into a slide deck, you can turn it into a video, a mind map, a report, a flashcard, a quiz, infographic, and data table. So this is where the magic happens. The studio, and anything that you generate will be saved down there in the studio, under the studio. So you will get to see how it all comes into play. So here you have your entitled notebook. You can customize, as you can see there, and we want to put our name. So I am just going to change that and put a name there. So let's say I want to put my artificial intelligence, my artificial intelligent note. So that is AI. I'll be using my AI notes from my uni because there's some topics I didn't get to understand. So my artificial intelligence notes. So basically, the name will turn automatically, and you can customize this page, meaning you can upload a cover photo. Make it look vibrant, make it look good. Right now I don't have a photo that will pass for this, so I'll have to skip that stage. But you can upload a photo of yourself, a photo of a flower, just something nice and cute for the cover photo. Yeah, so if you customize it, you can change the emoji into something. If you want a smiley face, if you want what, you can basically do that. So you can change it into anything that you want. So I will go with a rose because who doesn't love a good rose? Now we're going to add the sources. We're going to upload our file. And like I said, you can upload files, you can use the website links, upload from Google Drive, or basically just use copy text. But we are going to upload a file. So it won't show you when I select the file, but I'm going to select my AI notes, and there they are. So my AI notes, are very complex. These are not like, they're not talking about AI tools that are fun. They're talking about now complex parts in which, like, how it came about, the background of all these things that you see. So basically it gives you a summary. Look at that. So it's a summary of what the file entails. These sources provide a comprehensive overview of fundamental artificial intelligence concepts, ranging from agent architectures to advanced machine learning. So it tells you what is in the file. It even gives you questions that when you click, you can get the answers to. So it is an AI tool, but it works with your stuff. That is the difference. So now we are going to now to the studio. The studio is where the magic happens. So you receive a summary, and then now you can change it to audio, you can change it to video, you can change it to slide deck, you can change it to mind map, all these things. So I'm going to choose audio, and for the audio, you'll be taken to a tab like this: customize audio overview. Yeah, we have the deep dive, a lively conversation between two hosts, unpacking and connecting topics. We have the brief, a bit sized overview to help you grasp the core ideas. We have the critique, an expert review of your sources, offering constructive feedback to improve it. And then we have a thoughtful debate between two hosts. So I don't want a debate. I don't want, a critique. Like, I don't want critique type, because I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to understand the concepts clearly. I'm not trying to, get a really brief something. I don't want it like so brief just to take them quickly. If I was going for an exam, maybe yes. But for today, we want the deep dive. We want to see, like, what is it about. We want to understand, like, things deeply. So choose language. You can choose the language of your choice. I started, learning French. I stopped after learning one word, devenez-vous. But the only thing I can choose as a language is Kiswahili or English. So we're going with English. We want the length to be short. I don't want it to be too long. So we want something short. And then you can choose any. You can choose a long one and listen to it. And then the sources is one source only. You can add 2 to 3 sources. And then what should the AI hosts focus on in this episode? So here you get to choose. So down there you can see the exam prep, logic comparison, agent evolution. As you pick on each, it gives you, like, basically what they will talk about in those things. So you get to choose one of them. So I want agent evolution because I want to, like, know more about the agents, the intelligent agents. And it doesn't stop there. You get a different set to choose from: evolutionary paths, practical examples, you get agent perspectives. And I want to know all about the intelligent agents. So agent perspectives, that is what I am going to choose, or evolutionary path. And then you have the agent evolution logic, the exam prep focus, the practical logic examples. You get different sets that you can actually choose from for the things that you actually want to learn. So if you want to You can choose any. So I will go with practical logic examples. So this is what I have chosen for this one. And then you can choose agent evolution. Remember, I want to learn about agents, so agent evolution it is. So these are the things that I want to like focus on, like to listen in on. So this application is actually really good for when you want to learn something from scratch and without pressure. Yeah. So when you do that, it will start generating. As you can see down there, it will say generating audio. This might take a while. Now we see we have that unlock. I think we can do a video or something. Next, for the video, you open this one, you customize it. We want explainer, or you can choose a short video. You have the visual style. You get to choose which one you want. Listen, even anime. What? What for anime? Hmm? So you get to choose exactly what you want and what the focus should be on. So, like I said, we want agent stuff. So basically, if I'm choosing agent architectures here because my focus is on the intelligent agents. So you have all this, you can choose your visual style, you can custom topic, you can add something there. So you can choose anything you want. The style that feels more like you, something that when you watch, you'll feel nice watching. And as you said, my focus is agent architectures. Yeah, I know some things about that, but I would like to remind myself now that I'm actually learning it long term. So when you do that, it will start generating video, explainer video. This might take a while. Guys, you see this one? Okay, for the video, it might actually take a while because it's a video as compared to like an audio, you know? But just see this. Anything you want the flashcards, generate them. You want the slide decks, generate them. You want the infographics, generate them. Anything you want, it will generate. I did have to wait for a while, but the audio, sorry, is done. As you can see, the audio is now done. I did have to wait. I didn't want you to wait that long with me. So I had to fast it up, to, do something. But the audio is done. And this is how the audio looks like. So you can download the audio actually. You can see interactive mode, you can play. And then there are more options to the side where you can share, you can rename, you can download. You can view prompt and sources. You can do all that. So when you press on the download, to take you to this place, but basically it just wants to download the audio to your device. So you have your audio there. As you can see, AI agent, they have named it, but you can rename it. So you can listen to the audio.
Welcome to this deep dive into AI agent architectures and knowledge representation. Today, we're exploring how giving a machine a quote-unquote brain is really about forcing its internal architecture to evolve, just to survive the sheer messiness of the real world.
Yeah, it's fascinating because the environment itself is like the ultimate evolutionary pressure for these agents.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at a zero memory system, what the sources call a simple reflex agent, the architecture is stripped down to just raw condition action rules.
So it's basically a glorified tripwire, right? Or like a basic thermostat.
Exactly. It operates perfectly, but only if the world is fully observable and entirely static.
Now the video is taking a while, but we had just have to wait for the video. You already had the audio. So finally the video is here with us. It did take a while, guys. Haibo, I will not lie to you. But as you can see for the video, you can expand it. You can tell them if it was good, if it was bad, so that they can change it. You change it. This AI models, tools can actually generate another answer for you if you're not happy with the one they give you. So we're just going to expand that. This is the video. So when you play the video, you get this. So you can expand it to full screen. To full screen. And I am sorry, you don't get to see like the full thing, the full video, but it definitely gives anime vibes and it's really cool. And I hope you go to explore the tool and see that. That is all from me. And that is NotebookLM or Gemini Notebook, whatever Google is calling it today. And I do hope you enjoyed the video and you got something out of it. Do take your sweet time to go explore it, learn more about it, because it actually helps. There's some people who usually take like one AI tool or 1 to 2 AI tools and let's stick with them to actually maximize their output or do their work with, like that one. So I hope I introduced someone today to their tool, like their go-to tool today, a tool that they will be relying on, using most of the time. And I do hope you actually enjoyed, as a student, as someone who's working, as someone who's just trying to organize their life better. I really do hope that this video did help you a lot. Also, on a completely random, note, I made a bucket list of things that I want to do after finishing uni. And honestly, some of these things don't even require funds. Yeah, me to push. I am not pushing myself, but I'll start taking off this thing slowly, and this is a story for another day. We must talk about it. We must circle back to this, making things and actually doing them, Okay, I actually like saying that. But anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. If you liked the video, please subscribe, like, leave a comment. Tell me your experience when using this tool, if you've already used it, or you can tell me if this is your first time hearing about it. I would love to know. It's been your girl, Nicole Whitney, and we are so back. You're so back. See you in the next one. Have a lovely week. Have a lovely weekend.